Alright, fuckers, welcome back to Practicing Figures, an artwod figure roadmap, right? What is artwod? The best platform in the world to teach you how to draw from imagination, where they give you the work, not the shortcut, work that lets you draw like this after 3 years and 9 months of practice, right? Work that involves understanding basic and simple forms, not easy, and then manipulating them slowly over hundreds, fucking list, final, hundreds and thousands of hours, right? I'm Viggy. This channel is a repository of my practice to prove that anybody, especially you, can learn to draw. I'm building irrefutable video evidence that anybody can learn to draw, right? And with that being said, get your pen, get your paper, and draw along with me. By the way, I didn't feel like drawing at all today, right? And I'll fucking tell you why, because my friend is about to propose to his girlfriend. We're doing a trip today or tomorrow, starting tomorrow. And today I'm leaving to sleep over at my girlfriend's place to leave early tomorrow to the place and all that shit, right? And I don't want to do anything. I literally just want to relax. I'm already in fucking vacation mode, bro. Like, I just did some work. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't want to draw. But you know what? I'm here. And if I can be here, you can be here. And I'll also be completely transparent. I wanted to do 2 hours today to get my 5th video out, because I usually get 5 videos out a week. I don't think I'll be able to do that, because I genuinely just want to do this. Like, I want to get through this initial inertia, right? This friction right now with this, and then do my piano, because I haven't been able to practice piano at all, right? While I'm rambling, please continue, start drawing. And and I'm being honest. I'm just telling you like exactly what I'm feeling in terms of like wanting to fucking do the work and draw and all that shit. So I'm just going to do my fucking best to just exert as much cognitive energy as I can right now in order to at least get that satisfaction of being like, hey, I tried. Like, even when I didn't want to try, I tried, right? So what am I doing? What the fuck am I doing? So I'm trying to like recall, right? I'm trying to recall exactly the orthographic view, the 2D view of my my mannequin, right? So the head, like, well, again, it's just arbitrary, but the head is roughly like the length of the head is roughly a bit taller than the width of the head, right? The length of the neck is roughly halfway of the head, right? And then the shoulder, I think I said it was 2, right? It was 2 heads, so it's 1 and then like a little half, right? And then let's see, and then this is the halfway point. This is actually where I have to draw like the overall box, right? So 1, 2, because there's 8 heads is the overall box that it's contained in. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And this is where the feet is, right? And I need to think about like how it's delegated, but let's just say that right now this is the box, and the width of the box is 3 heads wide, right? And it's 3 heads tall, right? It's 3 heads here, 3 heads here. And this is an arbitrary box measurement that I'm giving myself in order to have the figure be placed accurately within it, and I can actually have a consistent box to visualize these diagonal cross sections and see through 4, right? So 2, 3, let's see, and let me bring this down right around yonder. I think I actually off-centered it a little bit, but this is generally the box. And now, utilizing this, I can try to create some consistency, right? Try to create some consistency in my measurements. So this is the box, and this is all like 2-dimensional, right? This is what I need to translate into 3 dimensions. And again, I'm using recall. I'm trying to recall how this needs to be done. So this diagonal cross section and this one, right? And that is like the diagonal cross section, but it's half of that. It's literally like the thinner version of that, and it's halfway point. So we 1, 2, 3, 4. This is roughly the halfway point for the end. And how wide am I making the hip or the waist? No fucking idea. But let's just get this right here, and this is supposed to be the hand is supposed to be at the center point, right? So yeah, my bad. That was voice crack. That was supposed to be right around there, right? Like, and that is this diagonal, like this middle diagonal. So this is cut in half, and that diagonal right there. So actually, there you go. I need to do that more confidently, right? And then we bring it back right around here, and then we follow the perspective. And then the pants are the same shit, the fucking legs, right? And the feet are roughly, if I follow the exact same logic, right? The feet are roughly something like this. Maybe they're like 1/4 of the head. And then we have the legs. Okay, so it should have been a bit, actually no, I did that incorrectly. Should have been a bit narrower. And it's really hard to obviously, like, even in orthographic view, by the way, it is very hard to think about all these calculations occurring. And then this is the box, the box hand, which is I don't fucking know, like half a head. I don't fucking know, bro. It's the same size as the same height as the neck. But that's basically what. Oh fuck, Jesus Christ! I fucking dropped everything. The pen cap, the other pen. I actually managed to catch this one, so we're Gucci. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. This fuckery right here, right, in terms of visualization. And I'm telling you right now, like my mind is actively, and I mean actively resisting, and I mean genuinely like actively resisting any sort of effort right now. Like it is, and I actually fucked up this diagonal. There you go. That's the center line. What the fuck? That's the center line? How did I get the center that wrong? Jesus Christ. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is the center line. Holy shit. So yeah, the pants are supposed to be here. Okay, so the arms are supposed to be coming down even further. See, like I am incapable. Like I don't have the current capability to figure this out, right? But that doesn't mean I will not in the future, you know? And I don't know why I'm speaking so stilted, but yes. And anyways, and then this is the diagonal, right? And then this is the diagonal that I'm basing the diagonal of the arms and the legs for, which is this one right here. So it's the super subtle, like so. And you can see I got that accurate. But now the question is, how did I not get it here? I guess I just need to tilt it down even more. So right, yeah, even more. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, okay, I don't know, bro. Like this is so hard to figure out, but I will figure it out. I'm just gonna keep putting in the effort to figure it out, and I'm gonna keep talking like this, very stilted for no reason. But anyways, let's actually start fucking visualizing and drawing, because that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So it's all about calculating the box, right? Let's try to get a different perspective inside this box. And I'm already like thinking, right? And again, the biggest thing is the head right now, because the head creates my perspective, right? Like the head creates my perspective. So let's do something like this. Yeah, let's do something like, and I'll bring it all the way up here. And again, the hardest part is actually visualizing the box while I'm doing this, right? But let's do something like okay, so that's the head size. Already made it a bit too long. It's gonna take up this entire fucking section. Yeah, I still need to work on not making it too large, right? But the head is, I'm still trying to think about the orientation as well. Okay, let's try something like this. There you go. How about that? How about that being the box that it's contained within? Actually, that's not even a good angle, because I ended up making this a right angle, which is a mistake I make often. So we just got to keep attaching dopamine to that mistake, right? And yeah, this head is way too long, right, in relation to its width. And that's on me, because I could have made it wider, but I decided to keep it the same width as this. So whatever, that's on me, right? And then let's get the center lines. And again, while I'm doing this, I'm really trying to zoom out, already starting to try to think about the box, like the automation of the box, right? Or the automatic calculation of the box is what's necessary. So, and also like the hardest part is like being able to exactly proportionally make this 8 times the length of the head. Like being able to visualize the box is one thing, but then making it the right height based on the repetitive application of this head, like basically repeating this head 8 times. I don't know why I fucking say things in such an unnecessary way, but yeah, like let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, is there even fucking space? Jesus Christ, right? Maybe we'll just accept that this guy has a really big head, right? But either way, I'm trying to think. Okay, so if we just ignore the size of his head and we do it as it was supposed to be, I don't know if that's really accurate, but either way, let's try that again. Fuck it, actually. 2, 3, right, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's like right here. This is the bottom of the box, and then I have to obviously think about it being like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? No, never mind, I do it accurate. I thought I was counting from 1 down here, and I was counting 8. So, like, it's so crazy. I have to try to see this head 8 times, right? And that is incredibly difficult. And you might be wondering, why the fuck you go into this extent? Because I want to. I like practicing spatial reasoning to this extent, right? It's really as simple as that. And it's not about getting it perfect, but the main skill that I'm practicing right now is just being able to put this intense mannequin inside a box, right? To put this intense mannequin inside a box and then to calculate it appropriately, right? And it's all based on calculations. Holy shit, like I'm genuinely struggling so much right now, and this is a beautiful, beautiful feeling. Like I'm struggling to see the box, I'm struggling to see the diagonal cross section. I can barely see the inside of the box, right? Like the seen through planes, the invisible planes of the box, and I can barely see the diagonal cross sections of all those planes, while also trying to account for the length of this fucking box, right? Making it scaled out to this degree, right? While also keeping in mind that I have to calculate this way outward exactly by 1, this way outward exactly by 1, and then outward this way again, right? Because it's 3 heads wide and tall. Or 3 heads wide in both directions. So And this box in of itself is a fucking retarded box. Like, it's a goddamn, it's a right angle box. Like, this makes no sense, bro. Like, that's not what the box is supposed to look like. But either way, like, that's not a legit box, right? Like, it's like a 1 point perspective box. But either way, let's just, I'm like killing my brain right now, but like, let's try to zoom out. Let's try to see the entire thing, right? Let's try to see the entire thing, because it's all about application at the end of the day. And then let's just try to apply it to the best of my ability, right? So let's get the box. Let's bring it outward, right? And I need to like keep understanding that this is like, because it's so hard to even retain the spacing of the head in this exact location. Like this bottom plane, trying to like accurately bring it back 8 heads, whatever that fucking length is, like that 8 heads distance, and then keeping it aligned, and then also like trying to project it outwards. And this is all like a system I'm trying to figure out myself while I'm doing this, right? And then project it outwards, and then get the diagonal cross section, and then get this diagonal. Okay, so this is where the foot is, roughly, right? And I don't know if it is, but holy shit, am I gonna try to... Oh my god, this is so fucking difficult. This is genuinely beautifully difficult. And what am I doing? I'm attaching dopamine to this extreme state of error, right? And the best I can do right now is just try to calculate it as well as I can. And I know the perspective's already off, right? But try to calculate it as well as I definitely got the perspective off, but try to calculate it as well as I can. And like, because I can't even like fathom how this box, like how the bottom plane is expanded outward, but I'm trying to calculate the diagonal cross sections for that to the best of my ability, while also thinking about all the other diagonal cross sections, like inside and outside, like in the visible and invisible planes as well, right? And you can see like this is diverging, like it is literally diverging, and it's wrong, and that's fine, because it's the effort that matters. So I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. And I'm just gonna keep leaning into this extreme cognitive effort. I genuinely think this is gonna be the only art session for today, right? Like I went to a networking event a couple days ago, so I couldn't draw that day, or like the day before that networking event, right? So you know, it's all a trickle down effect. I'm sure I could have managed my time better with all the drawing, piano, coding, the school course that I'm taking, right? The gymming. There's a way. There's always a goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? There's a way, but I simply couldn't do it currently, and that's a result of that. I don't know why I'm talking to myself about this or to you about this, but that's just life. We're okay. I'm okay. Rest your brain. So yeah, for anybody who gives a shit, there won't be a video on Saturday. There will be a video today, Thursday, and one tomorrow, right? What the fuck is it? Is it August 26th or some shit? Well, I don't know what the fuck that date is anymore, bro. 19th? Is it the 20th? No fucking idea. But anyways, let's get the center lines back, right? And the main thing is like I'm trying to get, and like the 3 points that I'm trying to anchor this entire box to is the head, right? And then the feet, and then the center point, which is, right? Which is what's it called? It's the, let's see, and I don't even know if I'm accurately seeing this right now, but, and I'm definitely, what the fuck is definitely? I'm definitely not seeing it accurately, but basically, again, the box is coming out this way, it's coming out that way. This is roughly, right, the box, and then it comes out over here, right? And you can see already, like I probably didn't even place it accurately, but it comes out, because this is the head. Let me just see, like this is the head, right? 8 heads tall, whatever the fuck, out here. So this is where the box, like the bottom plane is, right? And you can see it's not accurate, but whatever, that's where the bottom plane is. And then I have to think like, okay, this diagonal cross section and this diagonal cross section, right? And then the center point, try to calculate that. And I have to do this, I have to do this? I'm gonna do this, I'm begging for money. Like that's all my channel is about. But that's a long-term game, but I have to do this automatically. Like I have to force the automation of this calculation, right? And that is only done by also, and I have to get this diagonal down, and then the middle one, and then the slight diagonal, right? So that means this is the center point roughly that I can sort of calculate, right? Like that is the center point roughly around here, I believe. And it's so fucking difficult to think about this, but That is just the way the cookie crumbles, right? And if that's the center point, this is the hand, then I have to also think about like, okay, like take a step back, draw the, sorry, that's the edge of the hand, that's like the wrist area, right? Then draw the hand, and then just kill yourself, because it's extremely difficult. In Minecraft, of course, right? But no, anyways, like shit jokes aside, like this is beautiful because this is training my mind to see, right? This is training my mind to calculate, this to observe, right? And then obviously I'm trying to get the center point of this as well. So this is one head, is the shoulders, right? And then we got to get the ellipse right here. And by the way, while I'm doing this, I'm really trying to just keep seeing the fucking box and the diagonal cross sections to the best of my ability. Like I'm genuinely trying to automate this, and it is incredibly difficult, right? Very, very, very difficult, right? And I keep losing the perspective as well, but I'm continually trying to see the diagonal cross sections in every single plane to the best of my ability. Am I able to do it? No, maybe 10%, but this is the cognitive tax of draftsmanship, right? This is the cognitive tax of effort. You know, this is literally, it's a tax that you pay through your fucking time and your effort. And that, I just want to keep stilting my speech for some reason. But anyways, where is the center of this shoulder plane, right? This comes down here, right around there, and then, okay, so that is hold up, that is the shoulder. Okay, see, I got the perspective wrong. I beautifully got the perspective wrong, right? And that's okay, because I just have to keep going, fix it there right now, and then a little bit more, it's like this, a little bit more for the head, but then this comes down, and then we have the half the neck. It's through half the neck, right? That's like I'm centering it through the neck ellipse, if that makes any fucking sense, right? And then this is obviously very off because I just realized I got the center completely off, right? The center's actually up here, so this is actually where it's supposed to be, and that's where I drew it. So that is incorrect. Same thing back down here, right? And I actually think I made this way too long, actually. What the fuck? I don't know anymore. I don't know. I can't see anything. I'm so confused. I'm so fucking confused. It's beautiful. This confusion's exactly where I have to attach dopamine and tell my brain, like, bro, you're a fucking idiot. Figure it out. And it'll be like, okay, right? So I have to figure out this shit, because this diagonal cross section, like this over here, this going over there, what the fuck is going on, brother? Let's see, something like this, right? And then we have this hand, right? And again, like I am fucking dying in my brain. I am, because I'm also trying to apply this fast too, right? Like not fast, but we are trying to improve the speed at which I can reason this, and that's only done through sort of this almost brute force method, right? And I'm trying to hold it all together, man. I'm trying to hold it all together, man. But it's incredibly difficult to even think about the box right now, let alone, because I'm basing all these calculations on the box, right? But trying to hold that box in my mind is also incredibly difficult. And this is supposed to be the center plane, right? This is supposed to be the center point of that box, which who knows if it actually is, because I can barely think about that because I'm so focused on this damn line. Whew. So if we turn it this way, it just does not work. It just does not work. But you know what? What matters? You know what matters is that I'm working. Is that we work to figure it out. I'm pretty sure there's an application called WeWork. But I'm like almost certain there's a fucking product called WeWork. But you know, product placement aside, right? In unintentional product placement aside, again, even when I'm looking at trying to think about the diagonal cross sections, trying to really see everything, right? Unintentional product placement aside, yeah, it's just we work to figure out what we can, and we feel good while doing it, because the mistakes that I'm making right now are what are going to create the, and this is like completely diverging, so you'll see that this is going to be incorrect, but this failure, immense failure of me being unable to visualize the box, unable to visualize the diagonal cross sections, unable to hold this on my mind while I calculate it, unable to like reference these different points, right? While I do so, like reference these different points of reference, right? Wow, what a fucking sentence. Reference these different points of reference, right? But like, what I mean by that is like, basically, the fact that I'm struggling to visualize the entire box while placing these forms appropriately within the calculated center points, right? The fact that that immense cognitive task is so difficult and I'm failing to such a great degree, as you can see, is the foundation, right? This is going to be the hundreds of hours of foundation which create my ability to reason better, right? And to be able to do it better in the long term. Like this is how my brain's learning. But look at this. He looks like a fucking this is literally what happens when you skip leg day, by the way. I remember during COVID I couldn't really work out my legs because I wasn't going to the gym. I was trying to stay safe and all that shit. So like my legs got smaller and I literally felt top heavy because I was only doing pull-ups and chin-ups and shit, and it was so bad. I look like a fucking like I look like, I don't know how to describe it. It just looks so dumb. You literally, and I could feel how top heavy I was. Like I could actually feel how top heavy I was, you know. And I'm not even that heavy, but I could feel the heaviness in the top, right? But yeah, that was an experience to say the least. And this is also going to be an experience to say the least because this is going to, see, like, let's see, half, and then that is not half. See, that is not half at all. So I didn't get the center aligned correctly at all. And you can see, I mean, the perspective is okay. No, actually, because look, this is going this way, and then this one is also going that way, but then this line, this torso line is, actually, no, it's okay, it's okay. All things considered, and this is gonna be very difficult, like me just making this straight line, because hey, my lines are pretty bad. And making it arrive there, right? And the hardest part of all of this is ignoring what I've already drawn, right? Because like, look, this is already a mistake, I think. Let me see. No, that connects. It's not a horrible box, right? I actually connected it badly there. But the hardest part about all of this is ignoring how I've placed it based on what I thought I was visualizing, and then drawing the box accurately, like as like just drawing an accurate box despite the failure of these placements, right? So as you can see, there's a lot that was lost here, you know, lost in translation. It was Tame Impala song, I think, maybe. But and even while I'm drawing this, I am trying to think about the diagonal cross section to the best of my ability. I didn't even connect this properly. There you go. Just fuck it. But yeah, like that was incredibly difficult. So again, like the feet were supposed to, what I was trying to envision was this. I don't even think this is the right size box, right? But the feet were supposed to be placed accurately within this. And I'm sure this box also has a lot of issues. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it has a lot of issues, but this is generally what I was trying to think about, right? For the feet placement. And as you can see, this shit is a fucking difficult task, right? Because that is the center, right? This is my center, so this is where my feet would have been. Wait, what the fuck? Wait. Wait. Did I reason the feet wrong? I think here it's, hold up. Yeah, because this is only if it's facing, if this guy's facing this way up here, like if he's looking up there, right? Like the feet over here should be, this is the, yeah, there you go. This is the diagonal cross section, and then they should be here somewhere, right? Yeah, there you go. That was the placement of the feet, and then that would have worked too, because then it would have been a lot more diagonally aligned, right, in terms of this center, right? But even then, like if I look at this center, and this is gonna be very hard for me to do, but because again, like just connecting the center points is already a difficult task, right? So this is obviously a rough approximation, right? A rough approximation as such, right? And then this is roughly, is that even a fucking, that is not the center point, bro. I feel as if I could visualize it better than I can goddamn draw it right now. But okay, yeah, that is the center. And then this is where the hand, like the arm, would have been associated. It's so fucking hard to figure all this shit out, genuinely, and I love it. This is what I live for. But anyways, and that's the hand, and then it would have been going diagonal like so. I don't fucking know anymore. I think I made the box too not wide enough. It's going one like this, and then one like that. I don't know. Oh yeah, this is two. Oh, there you go. Yeah, like the box is supposed to be much larger. Holy shit, that changes everything. The game has been changed, and oh yeah, this is not wide enough at all either. Oh my goodness. So yeah, like my initial plane that I even drew, that I visualized, was completely incorrect. Okay, ignore it. I just don't understand. I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do the same. And then we're just gonna keep trying. I love this. a huge, your brain will want to dislike the fact that you don't understand. But once you literally attach dopamine, you feel good to it. It'll be like, okay, like I don't understand, so how can I understand? And then it will problem solve, and you'll never have to try anything again. It's great. Just once, only one time you have to try. But anyways, no, you have to do it all the time. Unless somebody's like, I don't want anybody to be like, really? Is that how it works? No, you have to keep fucking just hammering away at it, right? But please rest your brain. And the most important skill being built here, like what I'm literally building here is the ability to, let's show here. Like I'm trying to visualize a box, right? Which is the head. I'm trying to visualize the head box, whatever perspective it is in. We'll just, I guess, do the same perspective that I did initially, right? But like think about it in any orientation. I'm trying to visualize it, and then I'm trying to project it downward times 7, right? Like 7 times downward. And then at the same time, while visualizing and projecting this box and trying to really hold that scale and literally see it 8 times, which is so fucking difficult. It's all like a rough approximation, right? At the same time, I have to be able to evenly make a plane out of it, right? That extends outward and then attaches, and like while holding this entire like like this box, end of the box right here, and then project this outward, and then see this plane exactly like evenly spaced around it, and then see through the box and see the invisible diagonal cross sections. Yo, that is a fucking like that is like diddling your butt to the diddling your brain to the core. All right, like that is insane. So that's why you might be wondering, like, what the fuck is the transferability of this? The transferability is just incredible spatial reasoning abilities, right? Again, like, when I drew this, I didn't even start this, and yet my understanding of form was good enough that I could draw believable mannequins, right? Not good mannequins, but relatively believable mannequins, right? So it's always a trickle-down effect. Again, I'm playing a different game, right? I am playing the 10-year game, and in 10 years, exponentially, my ability to draw people and everything that I'm drawing, the hands, the portraits, all that shit will just compound to a point where it'll be like, what the fuck? How can you just draw this even though this is the shit that you did? And that is why I'm trying to break down the logic. I was like, that is the logic, is like be able to just reason and see everything all at once, such that like even when you don't actually know how to draw people, the foundations of being able to reason the proportions of people and to be able to draw the forms of people will transfer and let you draw people accurately, right? And this is just the context of people, but it applies to everything, right? And if that's too vague, i.e. just fucking min-max spatial reasoning and calculate as many fucking things in your working memory in your item and hold as many items in your head as you can, right? And do that for 5,000 hours. Not that I've drawn for 5,000 hours, I've drawn for a bit over 1,000 at this point, I believe. But anyways, like I'm already thinking about the head, right? I almost did the exact same perspective here. So let me try bless me. Let me try a different one, right? And I'm telling you, like this is a session that it's not a slog, but this is definitely one of the more difficult sessions for me to go through, because I feel like, and I'm trying to like I'm gonna start from the feet, right? I'm gonna start from the feet, but I feel like I literally cannot visualize anything. I'm trying to visualize the box. I'm trying to visualize the head box, right? And then expand it outward, and then create the box around it, and then be like, oh look, let me put the feet right around here, right? Like I'm trying to see all that with this diagonal cross section centered, right? Like all that fucking shit, right? I'm trying to see that, and I can't. But this is definitely one of those sessions where like I'm just in extreme friction, like more so than ever, and I just have to embrace it and calculate it. Right now I'm trying to calculate that in my mind and then project it outward like the head 8 times, right? And get like a rough approximation of those 8 times, and then project the box outward again, and then I'm trying to see the entire box. And this is beautiful because my brain immediately now is feeling immense cognitive friction. And while I draw this, I have to hold the visualization. That is the hardest part, is like I have to hold the visualization while I draw this in order for it to be accurate, right? Like in order to actually be able to, and it's flickering, it's going away, because the second I draw the fucking feet, it's like, it's basically gone, right? But that is what I am trying to do. Like that is what I'm trying to do. And my neck is like tensing up, and I'm trying to relax it right now, right? I just did a little neck wiggle, you know, rolled my neck around a little bit, right? But I lost it. I lost it again, so I have to think about it, and it's always constantly about trying to reconstruct it, recall it, right? And that is what this is all based on, right? And it is so incredibly difficult to just think about that plane, but that's what I'm trying to do right now, is just think about that plane, think about the box, think about like, and by the plane I mean like literally calculating with the head, right? Be like, oh, it's 3 heads wide, and 3 heads wide in both directions, and then like fucking 8 heads tall, right? And that is insane, man. Like that is just, I have nothing else to say. It's a beautiful feeling because I'm failing a lot. Like I'm incapable of that currently, but that is the feeling of trying, right? So now I'm trying to like visualize the head down here, get the box, and then let's get the head right around here. So if that's the head, 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was actually pretty accurate. But now it has to be centered, right? It has to be centered appropriately, and that is where, I don't know, my voice did that. That is where, but that is where I have to just genuinely, like, and I'm trying to visualize everything right now. I'm looking at the fucking head right now, and it's so hard to not, and like, it's so hard to visualize. It's so hard to calculate this, and that is definitely not 8 heads tall. that is fucking definitely not 8 heads tall. God damn it. Right. Okay, so see, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a fucking midget, bro. This is literally somebody afflicted with the curse of smallness, right? Dwarfism, but it's not a curse, actually. It's a very I can't PC my way out of this. I was just making a joke. Fucking deal with it. Anyways, right? I don't give a fuck. But what's it called? Like, I'm trying to think about the center line. Like, I guess this is just gonna be clearly a much smaller mannequin, right? But I'm trying to think about the center line, and I'm trying to think about the overall box. I'm trying to think about the head and like how it's attached, right? This is obviously like not even spatially reasoned correctly, which is again like just forcing myself to feel good. Like, this is a beautiful mistake, right? So I'm trying to think about the center line and how it is attached here, and it's roughly around there, I believe, right? I believe that's the rough center line, even though this head isn't even centered anymore, because the centering is based on this. So the head isn't centered anymore. I'm trying to hold all these items in my working memory. I am fucking struggling, right? For lack of a better word, I am definitely struggling, but this struggle is where kings are born. This struggle is where, you know, the effort, the actual progress is made, right? And I think that was the center. That could have been, actually, that I don't think that was the center. Oh no, the center is a little bit lower, but it's okay. We made the mistake. We deal with it. I mean, this entire thing is wrong, right? So it's actually completely fine, because literally the entire thing is wrong. Oh, I shouldn't have drawn this guy's head over. But let's see. That's roughly halfway. So I shouldn't have drawn the head yet. And then, okay, that's my diagonal there. And then I'm trying to think about, okay, so like I completely lost the box. I completely lost everything. Because again, when I'm focusing here, it's so hard to think about the dozens of other factors involved in the space that is being reasoned. And that is why I'm building automaticity, right? That's why I'm literally trying to make it an automatic process in the sense of the spatial reasoning, because it is, like, it's constantly thinking. And again, like right now, I feel like I'm not, Jesus Christ, I'm not thinking hard enough, but it's the not thinking hard enough that, and it's like the feeling of incompetence is what creates the output of competence, if that makes sense. Like, when you feel like a fucking idiot is actually when the most progress is happening. Granted that the idiocy, the feeling of idiocy is stemming from effort, right? Like, granted that you're like, I feel like I don't get this, but you know that you're trying your fucking hardest to get it, right? Like, that is the big, I guess, exclamation mark or asterisk I want to give you is because right now, like, yeah, I can feel like I'm not really trying, but I know that I'm constantly losing it. I'm constantly trying to bring it back, and I'm constantly trying to understand, right? Like, that is the biggest I guess basically a fucking pat on the back that you can give yourself, right? It's like, I know that I am trying to understand, and that is why I'm gonna keep feeling good about trying to understand, i.e. attaching dopamine to the friction that is being induced by acetylcholine and norepinephrine. But you see, like, even though I fucked up the proportions, it doesn't look too bad. It looks horrendous. No, like, I got the center line wrong for sure. Like, it should have been lower, like I said, right? Because in this perspective, then the legs are too short and the torso is too long, right? But like, overall, this is not fucking 8 heads. So I'm gonna rest my brain and I'm gonna draw the box around it. But this is good. Like, maybe I think this might be the speed that I'm gonna force myself to to draw at, because like this is what's actually going to force me to really consolidate all this intensive spatial reasoning, right? Is it gonna make it easier? No, this is actually even harder because I'm not giving myself the time to think anymore, right? I just have to see and then do, and like fucking my brain has to make the goddamn connections and repair everything along the way, for lack of a better word, right? Or like refine everything, right? Like prune out the inefficient neurons and all that shit. So either way, like this somehow managed to look like at least it operates in the same space, even if there's a lot of issues, right? And this is the thing, like the output, again, output regression, the output will be shit due to the many items you're holding in your working memory, and you're constantly trying to tax your working memory. And you know, your prefrontal cortex, your parietal lobe, and your motor cortex are all like vying for the attention of the resource that is astrocytic glycogen in your brain, right? So our only responsibility is just keep trying to be in that state of friction for a certain period of time. In my case, it's like 4 to 5 minutes. They're just called bouts of friction, right? Feel good, attach dopamine, like feel that discomfort, which is the chemicals being released, and attach dopamine to the areas that you recognize, and then rest our brains and try again. Right? Just in case anybody ever forgot how to fucking learn. So with that being said, please rest your brain. All right, let's get to it. Dude, like I'm looking at the time and shit, and this is definitely one of those sessions. Like I'm constantly looking at the clock, and I think this is 100% being exacerbated by the fact that I just genuinely, like, I'm in vacation mode. I'm fighting against my own thought processes when it comes to like, hey, you are in vacation mode. Why are you like trying to do work, right? Why are you trying to do work? Why are you trying to do work? Like you're in vacation mode, right? And that's exactly what my brain is basically fighting against right now. And that's exactly what I'm actually, I mean, fighting is a bit of an intense word, but that's what I'm resisting right now. Like that's what I'm actively resisting right now, is that feeling, and trying to be like, no, like I'm still trying to think, I'm still trying to interact, right? Like I'm still trying to utilize my cognition, but goddamn if it isn't very difficult. And you see, like I definitely fucked this up. But again, like even while I'm drawing this, like I'm trying to think a little bit more. I think actually, hold up. What the fuck? Like this box is so inaccurate. But even like it's fine. This is actually like I'm not gonna. Again, I said I wouldn't be swayed by. Oh, there's actually slight divergence happening here. Nice. But I wouldn't be swayed by what I had done. It's just the box that I'm trying to visualize it in, right? And I'm converging this pretty fast too. Damn. But that's it's very difficult. I couldn't think about the diagonal cross sections at all for this of the opposite side of the for the visible and the invisible sides, right? Like that thought process was beyond me currently, right? And goddamn to the goddamn. And that is like, again, like you'll just see, like this is what I was trying to do, right? I was trying to see this head right here as, and I honestly, actually I know what my problem is. For some reason, I don't know, my voice went like that for some reason, but I keep seeing the top plane of the head as a not perfect square. I keep visualizing it as like this or like this, right? But it is a perfect square, like for the sake of my own metrics that I'm using. So that it's not that it makes it easy, but it does and should simplify things when it comes to the actual like getting more consistency with the top plane in and of itself, right? Like that it should make things more consistent, you know, that makes the center point and all that shit. So I think I need to keep that in mind, because I keep visualizing a top plane of the head that isn't a perfect square, and that is resulting in more inaccuracies that could be avoided. Doesn't make it easier, doesn't make it easy whatsoever. It's still fucking incredibly difficult, but it does make it slightly easier from the offset, right? From the starting point, from the beginning. So Again, try to think. This is what I try to think about. Am I able to? I'm fucking doing my goddamn best, bro. Like while I'm drawing this line, I'm trying to think about the opposite one and the bottom one, right? And it is, god damn it, if it isn't so hard, much like myself, but so hard, right? God damn. I love this though. Like I do like this feeling. Like this is why I keep saying like it's just about being in this intense friction, right? And it's a skill to constantly try and obviously be in friction, right? To be in cognitive friction, to be thinking constantly, right? And just utilizing your brain to this intense capability over an entire hour. It is, and my speech is stilted. Like you can tell, like this is extremely difficult to constantly think about all these things at the same time. And what I'm trying to tell you is like you're still capable of it because it's difficult. That's why we utilize the neuroscience, right? Which is focusing. That's like completely off because I couldn't even tell what the fuck was going on. But that's why we utilize the neuroscience, right? Yeah, like dude, like I definitely am like in a rush. Not in a rush, but I keep checking the fucking time. I'm like, oh my god, it's only been another 2 minutes. Just this video is definitely gonna be like just about an hour. But so let me just fuck, why'd I put 23 here? I guess I put 24 and 25 here, god damn it. But this is definitely one of those sessions, and it's all stemming from this sort of like not even I guess like urgency, not anxiety, yeah, just urgency around being like, bruh, tomorrow for like Friday to Sunday, you're just gonna be chilling, man. Do you really gotta do all this work? Do you really gotta like try this hard? But you know, my channel holds me accountable, and I guess my want to be like, no, dude, like still work, man. It's like it's conflicting. It's super conflicting. But anyways, all that bullshit aside, let me let me keep going. Let me just keep going. If I can do it, you can do it, and if you can do it, I can do it. Same thing as that. Like if I'm certain there have been days where you powered through, even when you were like in a completely different head state. So I need to channel that right now, right? Om Namah Shivaya, as my people say. So let me I actually used to say that. My mom would always say, tell me, say that to yourself if you're ever in a moment of need. And I do say it to myself. It was very helpful, right? But anyways, let's try to get I'm trying to think about this perfect square of a box, right? Okay, so I'm trying to visualize that. Now I'm trying to get the diagonal. Okay, so this is my foot, right? And I'm trying to get like visualize overall the box in and of itself, and then with that, and then this is my other foot. This is where it's placed, right? Trying to do a more unique, not unique, but just a perspective that I find to be difficult, and it's always a bottom perspective, right? Because we don't see this angle, and I just lost that plane. By the way, I couldn't see the box. It was just that plane I was trying to visualize, right? And now I have to like project that head outward after I draw this foot, right? And this is like the rapid fire. Not rapid, but the faster application while thinking that I was kind of missing in the prior sessions, but I still think it's important because I'm still trying to like balance thinking extensively with doing extensively, right? So like this is a perfect square, and then it goes down, and then it goes out, right? And then we've got okay, so it's not too bad. And it goes same thing here, down and out, right? Fuck, yeah, something like that. Diagonal. Okay, so that's not bad. I actually got this pretty decently. And then I need to project this head outward 8 times, right? So it's roughly, let's make it this length, and then we'll do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Well, I shouldn't have drawn that dot because that dot is actually technically cheating, but I'm either way, like I'm really trying to think about the overall perspective of the head and its relation to the space, right? And I did not make it that long. I only made it roughly this long, right? That should be okay. I don't think that's projected 8 times, of course, right? I think it's the exact same issue that happened here, but it is something that I have to deal with. And I think at the end of the day, right now, as long as I'm understanding and while like I can't even see the box right now because like I'm a fucking like blocking my own hand, and funny for some reason my hand blocking the entire like scenery is an obstruction, right? So I'm constantly now like I'm really trying to think about the box, and yeah, like this is not 8 heads, right? Like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it's 7 heads. That's not bad. 7 heads tall. That's I can work with that, right? So that's not too bad. And now I'm really trying to visualize the box in the diagonal cross sections, Jesus Christ, seeing through it, right? And it is not bad. I'm not gonna lie, like it's okay. And being able to calculate it a little bit is feasible, but basically what's happening in my head right now is like I'm really trying to get this plane accurate and this plane accurate in terms of its size with like the actual proportions of it being 3 heads, like X and Y, right? And then the Z being the 8 heads tall, right? Like again, this is the X and Y, this is the Z, right? So X, Y, Z, X, Y, Z, right? Fucking X, Y, Z. This is all interchangeable based on what you consider to be the front-facing plane, but either way, right? I'm really trying to consider and think about that. And okay, I already fucked up this because this is converging way too fast. There you go. That's better. I fixed that now. So I'm trying to think about that box, and I can only see like basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get this fucking proportion accurate, trying to hold it here as well, and I'm trying to connect it with the Z, and I'm trying to like with that I'm trying to like also connect it back here with the back end of this plane and see this diagonal cross section. I'll have that. I'm trying to see this one right to the best of my ability, and I can, man. It's so beautifully difficult. It's so fucking beautifully difficult. And with that being said, let me try to get the center point of this box, right? Let me try to really get the center point of this box, this diagonal cross section, and then this diagonal cross. So the center point's roughly around here, right? And like roughly, okay, let me try that again. This diagonal cross section, and that one, okay, it's roughly around here. Okay, and then with that, I'm going to now draw the fucking hand. Right? And let's get at least the center point down. Okay, I'm gonna rest my brain now. That doesn't look too bad. Looks like shit, actually. Oh no, and I got the perspective wrong. Oh, look at that. I just noticed I'm converging this a shit ton. This is converging. No, it's not converging. I just got this fucking box wrong. Jesus Christ. This box I got wrong. There you go. Never mind. It's all good. We are Gucci. See, it's so hard to think about all these things. It's so hard, and that's what I want to keep saying. It's like it's just about the effort of trying to think about all these things, right? Whether you take it to the extent that I do when it comes to understanding spatial reasoning, or whether you just take it to the current extent that you can for your spatial reasoning, because I'm not expecting, nor am I encouraging you. Actually, no, I encourage you to always fucking do your best, right? But I know that like if you are drawing along with this practice session, you're like, I'm gonna do mannequins too, and then you're like, what the fuck, my brain's hurting because I can't even think about the box, let alone all this shit this guy's saying, right? Like all these things. Okay, just do what you can. Like push like 20 to 30% beyond what you currently can, because that is what will allow you to consistently improve and always have like that 20 to 30% margin of like effort beyond your current capabilities. Like that's what I do, right? Like this is just like a solid 1/3 beyond what I can do in terms of like fucking ability if we're going to quantify it. But yeah, I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well. Yeah, I'd say this is actually equally as difficult as the portrait stuff I'm doing. Purely because I'm still trying to see a bunch of fucking layers, and then I'm trying to place a form accurately, geometrically like anchored to center points within that box. But I have to do it faster, right? Because I'm trying to speed up, not speed, but I'm trying to create a faster automatic loop of the spatial reasoning in and of itself, right? And that is extremely difficult, you know? But anyways, let me get the diagonal cross section. Oh, I actually just realized I didn't make this head properly wide. There you go, that's the end, but like the same like length and width, right? Like this and this. That's another thing that was off. So, and also I just realized again that I should have accounted for the shoulders before I even drew anything, right? But anyways, let me try to visualize this. I'm trying to calculate while I'm trying to reason how the shoulder, like the top, the shoulder width is placed and reasoned within this like within this head, right? While I'm trying to figure that out, I'm also trying to keep the box in mind to the best of my ability, right? And now, like, now that I've done this, let me just bring this down. Let's see. It's some sort of ellipse like that, right? And that was extremely difficult, by the way. That was like fucking so hard to figure out because again, I'm trying to hold the entire box in my mind while I focus on these minute details, right? These minute calculations. I'm trying to keep an entire overall calculation in my mind and constantly like visualize the center planes and the geometric calculations and everything, right? Like in the cross sections and all that shit in the visible and invisible plane, whilst accounting for whilst also calculating these tiny ones. So let's see, like this diagonal cross section, this one, and then you center it, and then that's not bad. That's actually relatively accurate, right? That's actually relatively accurate. And again, it's all about the theory of relativity, in case you don't know. But that's what I'm trying to get down. It's like I'm just trying to get down the overall relative accuracy of this box, right? And then this is the other center point, right? And if I do this, hopefully if I do this diagonal, right? And then I cross it, and then I center it, and then I do the subtle cross again, that is relatively accurate yet again. And that is what I'm trying to go for. It's just faster calculation while acknowledging that this is not about perfection, it's about priorities. And what I'm trying to prioritize is not speed, but a faster application while also, and again, like I'm dying right now because I'm trying to fucking explain all this shit while I'm trying to talk and explain this while I'm calculating all this. Fuck you. But while yeah, like a faster application while calculating these things, forcing my brain to automate the calculation process in and of itself. Right? So hopefully that makes some sense. And like the hands are not aligned properly, like they're misplaced, right? And that's fine. Like the hands themselves, I think the arms are okay. I mean, like it's all gonna be inaccurate one way or another. Like it all has, and again, like I can't think about the box right now. I can't think about anything. But and you can see my lines are also suffering drastically, right? But that's just the way the cookie crumbles, man. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And then again, I have to get this diagonal. And I'm trying to, again, I can't see the box anymore. I literally cannot see the box, but I am trying extremely hard to visualize and calculate the diagonal as well as the placement of the box accurately, geometrically within this space. And you can see again, like right now there's definitely issues with what's going on because I don't understand the box. So like the torso is being too thin. I don't think I'm getting it's all super thin based like because of the torso, right? The waist, because I'm obviously fucking up like the center line placement and understanding where exactly it is, right? So like because of that, see, like actually now that I see it again, I think it was supposed to be right around here, and that changes everything, right? Like if that comes out here, there's more weight, like there's literally all this extra space for the torso to fill out. Then the legs are longer, therefore the legs are wider, and then everything is wider, right? The waist is wider and the legs are wider. But yeah, that was incredibly difficult. I also forget to add the center lines for the face. And I literally have a fucking like a warm pressure in my head. Like this is what it feels like to me whenever I at nearly every single practice session when I'm practicing this intensively. But like that doesn't look proportionally too bad, right? Again, the head's too big. It's definitely not 8 heads. If I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish, right? So it's okay. It's okay. Oh my god, I'm gonna rest my brain again because that was very difficult. And again, like I always feel like I'm not trying hard enough because it's the feeling of inadequacy. Sorry, inadequacy isn't the wrong word. It's a feeling of, yeah, technically it isn't an inadequacy. It's just not used in a negative connotation. Right? I'm not saying I am inadequate. I'm saying it's the feeling of inadequacy, which is what? A deficit. It's a gap between capability and between capability, understanding, and output. Right? Like what are you trying to understand? What are you trying to be capable of understanding? And what are you actually like outputting? Right? But the inputs, like where are you trying? Where are you fucking really going at it? And again, I'm just constantly forcing myself to feel good, attaching dopamine to errors, right? Just gaslighting myself with happiness every time I make a mistake. That is where progress happens. So, and it's output regression. Like sometimes I'll do better, and then you see like this was pretty good, but now this is this session, right? And I had more friction to fight in this session as well. But I also want to be very clear, these angles are more difficult, right? Like I haven't done super difficult angles like this, right? Where actually like the head is turned, everything's turned away. Right, so like this is of course its own challenge, and this is actually even a greater challenge in some ways, right? But yeah, that's all. Let me rest my brain. I fucking encourage you to do so as well. Please, thank you. All right, cool. Okay, I'm gonna be, and this is me being fully transparent, I'm going to very slowly, very intentionally draw this box, right? Obviously for my own sake, but also because I want to just eke out the last 5 minutes and then just be done. I'll be completely honest, like full transparency, right? Like I am struggling, like this was a struggle session. Hashtag struggle session with me, let's go, right? But like this is what I'm trying to obviously visualize, right? And I actually did an okay job. I genuinely think like this is why I'm proud of the progress in that sense. Like I think this was pretty fucking okay, right? I'm not gonna say incredible, but I think this was genuinely like pretty decent in that regard because I did think about I did manage to hold this box decently well in my mind and on the page, right? I was able to calculate it with like some like honestly like a I'd say like 30 to 40% clarity. 30%. Don't, I'm not gonna say 40% because that is just wrong. But yeah, 30 to 40% clarity, and that's something I can be proud of. I know like maybe I didn't explain exactly what I was thinking of as much, but just know that I was constantly calculating, trying to calculate the box, trying to calculate the center planes, trying to like place these forms and calculate them and place them geometrically. Fuck, that line wasn't correct. And again, when I say fuck, that line wasn't correct, like I say the words, but then I just force myself to feel good, right? Like it's, you can say whatever the fuck you want, as long as you use the right, you attach the right chemical association, right? I.e., just feel good, man. Just feel good. But again, like this line, multiple times now, it's been incorrect because I do not have the current skill set to draw this line accurately, straight in this angle with my shoulder, right? And my fucking like my elbow as like the leverage point, right? And that's completely fine because that's just what I'm capable of currently, right? Like it's all skills. It is all skills all the way down, right? And I actually like diverged this back plane completely. So let's fix that as well. There you go. Right, I still don't know if it's accurate. I think where's this going? Okay, this is still diverging. This box in general. See, like I have trouble drawing boxes of this size too. Like and visualizing boxes of this size. Like it's to be expected. You know, you struggle with something that you have not done before. The answer is yes. Yes, I do. Right? You will continue to struggle until you put the volume in to not struggle. The answer is yes. Yes, I will. Right? So like it's just a matter of time, effort, consistency, and cooming everywhere, right? That's the biggest thing. I actually love that this word cooming exists. It's just a funny fucking sounding word. Cooming, gooning, right? Like that shit it's just so fucking dumb. And genuinely, and I mean genuinely, right? Makes me laugh. Okay, see, like, so this foot is completely misplaced. But I saw this decently in my mind. Like I did try to calculate it to the best of my ability. And like, yeah, dude, like I'm like my head, and especially because I can look at that line. That was horrendous. But again, I just forced myself to feel good, and I'm still am, right? Like, but that, and that's not connecting properly, right? But that, and all the calculations I'm still trying to hold in my mind now, is genuinely extremely difficult. It's just so hard to even think about. I don't even know where the fuck this goes. Oh, okay. Where the fuck this? Okay, this is the back plane. I need to like stick to my system of just drawing the back plane first, the back plane cross sections first, and then this is the front one, right? But yeah, I'm just gonna talk about some random bullshit until it's a bit an hour, right? But I'm being honest, like bro, I just don't feel like, okay, we have like what, 30 seconds left? Oh hell yeah, we have 40 seconds left, okay. But okay, I struggled a lot. This was great because I pushed through even though I struggled, and I genuinely tried to like visualize and calculate and hold as much as I could. Maybe that capacity today was less. It felt like it was less. It felt like even though I was putting the same amount of effort, I couldn't visualize as much, calculate as much, reason as much, anything as much. Like probably, I think it was genuinely cut and neutered in half. And whether it is me not being in the quote unquote mood to draw and just genuinely wanting to be in like a fucking laissez-faire state mentally, or if it was just one of those days, because I have days where I'm like, hell yeah, let's draw, right? Or like I'm like in the mood to put in a shit ton of effort, and I still output to much less, to a degree that is not expected, like to a much lower degree than expected, right? If let's say like fucking I'm always putting like, let's say like my capacity is 100%, right? And let's say like two out of fucking 10 days are like 100%, and the average is gonna be like 50%, right? Like I think today was just those like the other, what the fuck? Actually, how does that work with math? 5 plus 2 plus, no. Like statistically speaking, 33% of days are gonna be good and then bad, and then like the middle 66. No, wait, what the fuck? I don't know math. What the fuck am I saying? Oh my god. Okay, so yeah, statistically speaking, 3.3 days I'm like I'm outputting at 100. 3.3 days I'm outputting at what's it called? Like fucking like just 20 to 30%, and then 3.3 days I'm outputting at 50%. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, the point is today is just one of those damn days. Okay, so I fucking ended up going over an hour just because I couldn't even figure out my own metric I was using. But with that being said, I hope you put in a lot of effort too. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it, and if you can do it, I can do it. It's a recursive cycle of just fucking jizzing over how good we're doing, right? So with that being said, as always, fuck you. Shit, two fingers. Fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.